Hi everyone, I'm Chloe. Welcome back to Madagascar Voices, and today I'm here with Gladys. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Gladys. I work for TSAB Travel and I am a program leader. And I also do a guide and I run a vanilla business.
Yeah, very busy all the time.
Yes.
So, Gladys and I have known each other for over 5 years now.
Yeah.
So we are going to just talk a bit about how we met. I'm going to ask Gladys some questions because a couple of years ago Gladys was in our documentary for Havana, and we asked her a lot of questions about life in Madagascar, about her dreams and her aspirations, and you actually did that interview all in Malagasy, not in English.
Yes.
And now we're speaking in English and you're an English teacher, so good job it's in English. So, do you want to start? How did we meet? We met at Tamana. What did you think of me? You can be honest.
We met at Mana and we weren't that so close.
No.
Yeah, we weren't that so close, but we say hello. And you were a nice client there, nice guest.
Thank you. I try.
And yeah, and then it was
After, so that was in 2019,
yeah, 2019.
and then I came back in 2022.
Yeah,
And I think, did you reach out on Facebook? Like somebody messaged someone on Facebook, and we just met up in Casamofo.
Yeah, we met up. No, it wasn't in Casamofo. It was at youth club class.
Were you coming to youth club back then?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was at youth club class, and then you invited me to Casamofo, and then we were talking about business, and
Yeah.
then
It's a good memory. Because we weren't that close probably until the end of 2022, because we didn't spend that much time together
yeah,
when
right.
I was here with the others, because you worked very closely with Patrick and Yasmin,
Yeah.
and they helped you start
That's
your
true,
vanilla
yeah.
business. And we did some stuff together, but not like now.
Yeah.
We've lived
Exactly.
together since then.
Yeah.
It's all changed since then. And then you started working for TSAP last year.
Yes. It was in September.
Yeah. So over a year now.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to do it.
I need to celebrate it.
Oh, we haven't celebrated. But you didn't want to teach for us. Do you remember when we were at your house and you were like, I don't want to do it?
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to. To be honest, I don't like teaching. But now I find it it's like my passion now.
Yeah.
Because most of my students, they like the way that I teach, and I find it a positive point of me.
Yeah. So positive reinforcement in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were really nervous, but you run the best. So we have 4 English classes, 2 in Hellville that you teach at, 1 in Jamanja where our other teacher teaches, and then 1 in Ambatalurka, which is split between you and Jamel.
Yeah.
But our best class is the one that you started by yourself. And then TSAP Travel pays for the teaching space, and we obviously pay you. But how many students did you have yesterday?
51.
51. I feel like that might even be the biggest English class
It was
on
since
the
3
island.
weeks, I think. Since 3 weeks I have 50, but yesterday I had 51. 51 students.
Oh, it's crazy.
And still, I don't understand. And they attend to my class, and still they want a private class.
But that's because you're a good teacher. I always knew you were a good teacher, but I think that's because you taught me a lot of Malagasy.
Yeah.
So I just knew, because you weren't sure, but I was like, no, you'll be fine. And then you do. So Gladys isn't just an English teacher for us. You also arrange all of our excursions. You found the house that we're in now. You have a very big job, really. Sometimes bigger than mine. It is. You just tell me who to pay when I pay them, and then I just dish out the money. I show up. I'm here. So how have you found the past year of teaching? You've enjoyed it. It's been very positive.
I really enjoy it now. It became as my passion, and I really enjoy it.
No, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Glad. It's been really good. It gives me a lot of peace of mind knowing that you're teaching.
As long as my students can understand what I'm explaining to them, it makes me feel like so relief before I leave the classroom.
Yeah, whereas when I teach, because I don't speak fluent Malagasy, I feel like everybody leaves confused. I'm just like, I tried my best, but I don't think we've got very far today. It's been really nice watching you teach. In our first podcast that Bryony and I filmed, I was talking about you and like our friendship and like how far you've come. Because I remember like when we did the documentary and you weren't working a couple of years ago.
That is true, yeah.
And now you've very successful. Look at that face. She's like, yes, I am. She's like, I am successful, everyone. No, but it makes me really emotional to think about.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of
so
things,
much has changed.
Yeah, a lot of things changes, like in a good way.
Oh
of
yeah,
course.
so good.
Yeah.
Like we've got lots of exciting plans for the future. We want to get Gladys to England. It's going to be really good.
That is my biggest dream as well.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. We're gonna try and figure it out within the next couple of years. But it's like 2 years ago that would never even really been. It would have been a dream, but not really possible. Whereas now, it's like a real possibility.
Yeah,
Which is so exciting.
we can have hope.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's possible. Yeah, it's just been crazy because we always say, don't we, like 2 different countries, 2 different cultures.
Sometimes when I was thinking about that, was it before yesterday or yesterday? I don't remember. But you came from so far away, and we are so close.
Yeah.
Like, you are in my house. You stay in my house.
Yeah, Gladys feeds me, waters me, make sure I don't die whilst I'm in Madagascar. Very important because I might if not. Yeah, but it's just mad to think how we've known each other for so long. I suppose because of the pandemic as well, but we weren't close for a long time. Only been close. Well, in the past 2 years, which is good. Or there's a dog coming over and Gladys isn't sure. It was all going so well until they decided to be your friend. Okay, right. Dogs have gone. Oh, that's probably a good place to go. You don't like dogs, really?
It's not I don't like dog, but our tradition, like it's forbidden to touch them. It's why. And we were raised about that, like our mind. It's like.
But lots of Malagasy people do touch dogs.
Because there is a lot of different traps. It's because of that. But Sakalava is like totally forbidden to touch them. But it's not forbidden to have them as a pet, but like to touch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's happening at the end of this week? Oh, that face. What's happening? Who are you taking home with you?
At the end of the Lala.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to have her.
Should we get her to come? Lala, come. Come on. No, she was just over here making a big song and dance, and now she won't come over. But she's very cute, and she's laying there with her big floppy ears. So yeah, I never thought you'd own a dog.
Even me too. Even me too.
None
I've
of your
never
friends
thought that.
believe.
Yeah, even my family, they still not believe until I will have her.
Yeah, which will be the end of this week because I'm going back to England, so you're going to have to give her home. How would you say your life has changed since working for TSAP Travel? Has it changed? Might still be the same.
I have more time for myself, like firstly, and I always wanted to have like days off on weekend, which is I am luckily have now.
Yeah.
And about money.
Yeah, because how does it usually work in Madagascar? Like when you worked before, like how does it
work? The salary is low, like very low.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have save, but now you can have something like a little bit saved there, and like it's not like very difficult for me to buy like something to eat, uh, things like that. Yeah, like comparing to like everyone's salary here in Madagascar, mine is like better than theirs.
Yeah, and you don't work many hours either.
No.
Because
no.
what lots of people in Madagascar work like 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And you work 6 days a week, but you only work in the evenings.
Yeah, in the evenings,
So-
1 hour, 1 hour, yeah, 1 hour and a half per day, and I have 3 days off in a week, which is I really love.
Well, you can work on your other things, can't you? You can go guiding,
yeah.
or you can sell vanilla.
I have many times off, which is which is like really good, because I have time for guiding and for selling my vanilla and doing like a lot of things.
Sometimes when it's close to like our trips, you do a lot of like admin stuff for me, like helping us find. Sorry, I'm just rescuing the dog from Gladys. Like finding the house and things like that, making sure everything's ready, which is really good, really helpful.
And I also do translator as well. I also do translator. If there is someone from English country come here for business, and then someone to translate for.
Some of that before.
I've done 2 this year. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And then when I'm here, I make sure she's busy.
Really busy, yeah. But I'm going to feel bored, like you are leaving now.
Yeah, well,
like you've left so many times when you come here, but this is the third time that we're going to. I know we will meet each other, but it's going to take time.
yeah. So the past couple of projects that we've done out here in Madagascar, I've always been coming back in the Easter, because that's when Gladys's birthday is. But we have some big plans for the future, which means I might not be here in Easter. And it also means I might not spend 3 months in Madagascar next year, which is really sad. That makes me sad to leave.
I know.
But we're saying it's all for the good of the future. Because what do we want to do in the future? Tell the good people, what do we want? Can you remember? What do we want to do in the future?
Like, I would like to have my...
No, not you. TSAP travel. What are we going to do in the future? What are we building? What are we going to build?
To edit it?
Yeah. That's why I'm asking you again. We'll get to your bit in a second. But yeah, what's our plan for the future? What do we want to do?
We would like to build a hostel here.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. And like to bring like a hostel and restaurant, and basically to bring like an English vibe.
Yeah, so how we met was at Tamana, and Tamana was a real English vibe, wasn't it? And everybody you speak to that remembers Tamana in Madagascar loved it. Even Malagasy, right?
Yeah.
So we want to bring that back. We also want to carry on our Sunset Strays project. Gladys is twitching from Lala, here she is. And we want to try and rescue more dogs and rehome more dogs. But it's very hard to do in our current setup because we don't have a site where we like live here, because we don't spend lots of time here. So the plan is to try and raise enough money to be able to buy land and build a hostel that Gladys will run when I'm not here, the same way she does all of our other projects. And just have a real English vibe and just English food and just good music.
I'm so excited for that.
It's
really excited.
It's been a dream for a long time. We speak about it every year, but I don't know why this year it feels possible, like to start the project.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be really good. But it means that I might not be here much next year, which is really sad.
It is. It is really sad.
It should be good. And it will mean that Gladys makes more money because Gladys will be getting a promotion basically and doing even more of the hard work, which Gladys already does. Like, we wouldn't go on any excursions if it wasn't for Gladys. She's at home. Or spending lots and lots of money trying to figure it out.
I forgot to tell them too, but I'm going to teach at university next month.
We've got a new partnership that Gladys helped us form with CNRO, where Bryony did a marine project this year, and they're really lovely people, aren't they?
Yeah, they
They're
are.
really lovely, and they want us to teach English there. So Gladys is going to do that, and then sometimes I'm going to pop in, like remotely, to help them with their pronunciation, just so that they get inspired as well when they have an English speaker. Lots of things to do. We started a football club this year as well, which I'll talk about with Jamel. But what are your dreams then? You started a bit before, but what are your dreams? What are you hoping to achieve by the time you're 30? What do you want to do?
My own dream.
Yeah.
By the time that I am 30,
So 5 years.
we still got 5 years.
Yeah, we've got loads of time.
Like I would like to run my own business.
You already do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to run
I
it
would
doing
like
something
to,
different?
Um,
Because you already
no,
run
in
a
global is I want to be rich. That's it.
That's all. Doesn't want to be rich. Because you already run a very successful vanilla business. Because you always sell all of your vanilla.
I know. I want to say I want to be rich.
Yeah, but what does that look like? Because for some people, being rich is like rich in like relationships and family. You're already very rich in family, but you want to be rich in money. But doing what? Because before you've had jobs where you've earned money, but you haven't been like, it's not the same as now.
Rich in money and have family and yeah, rich in money by my own business and having family. And of course I will be like with this app travel, but
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We hope. But we try and like design it so that you can do other things.
Yeah.
Because in England, in the West, I have other jobs and I run my own business. So I like to be able to give that to you guys and help you run businesses as well. Because it's just really exciting and you want people to follow their passions. And I think it makes you a better teacher when you're like translating or guiding, learning new things, learning new words. It just makes you better at your job, really, which is so good because we spend a lot of time together, but I'm not here 9 months of the year. So you've got to keep up the in-person English practice with the Vazes, which are foreigners in English. Yeah, and it's always fun to hear your stories of the different tourists that you meet in Madagascar. I'm always like, what are they like? Were they nice?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Sometimes they are not, but sometimes they really are.
Yeah, it just all depends, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you most grateful for today in your life? Big question.
I can say working with this app travel.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was very nice. I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, that's the big things. That's the big things.
It means
that
a lot
come
to
on,
me.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we were able to make you part of the team. It's made a big difference having you as part of the team when I'm not here.
Thank you.
It wouldn't really happen otherwise, would it? We just wouldn't teach English, really. It's quite an integral part of what we do in Madagascar. It's like the main thing that we do at the moment, and it's something that everybody wants. Even every time I'm in a tuk-tuk and they know I speak English, they're like, you teach? I'm like, yes. And it's probably why your Alliance France class is getting so big. I gave somebody else the information for that class yesterday. My tuk-tuk driver on the way home. We were talking in Malagasy. I couldn't really understand a lot of what he was saying, but we had a good conversation a little bit. Figured out that I have a boyfriend that lives in England and that I don't want a boyfriend in Nosy Bay. It was a whole conversation. But towards the end, I said to you, well, I always say I teach English, which is a bit of a lie because I don't really teach English anymore. But I was like, English classes occur here. They're free. We don't charge anybody to come to our English classes, which is nice.
I know the guy in the print shop that we used to go to. He's attending the class too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Keeps messaging me.
Yeah.
But that's a separate story for Madagascar and Malagasy men.
Always flirting.
We don't want to give them
say
any.
hi, they flirt.
They love it. They can't help themselves, can they?
No.
Oh, it was yesterday when we were walking to the ATM, because in Madagascar you can only use cash. Like, you can't pay by card anywhere. So you have to go to the ATM. And we walked past this guy and he made this kissing sound. And I was holding my purse. I said to Gladys, all the desire, just to give him a little tap with my purse. Because it's just so rude. Like, why would you do that? But it's like very like the culture here. Like, they do it all the time. Oh, yeah, in that moment, I was like, I could just give you a nice, because it's just rude. And especially when it's like, it's every day consistently for, I spend like 86 days here. It's been every day for 73 days.
Yeah.
It's just a bit much.
And they do it with everyone except grandma.
Yeah.
They do it with everyone.
Or, you know, the I love you, you're beautiful.
Even if you put your dog and you put a fake hair with your dog and you do makeup on her, and then they will do to your dog.
So you just got excited. It's like, oh, Gladys is talking to me. Honestly, I've got to take a picture of Lala, and what I'll do is I'll put a picture on the screen because she just looks so funny. Look at this dog. Oh, no. Look at her eyes. Why'd you look like that? Hey, silly girl.
She's so obsessed though.
Yeah, she loves the love. She's gonna miss the love. That's it. She got like 2 more days.
She's going to bark a lot.
Right. Sorry everyone, classic Madagascar. Camera got too hot because it's probably 30 degrees outside. I'm looking at Gladys because she's the temperature person. How hot do you think it is outside today?
I think it's about that 29 or 30.
It is hot,
yeah.
But this is the hottest time of the day. It's 11 a.m. So between like now and 1, it's going to be hot. But my next question, I guess, is do you have any questions for me? Put me on the hot seat. I've just asked you lots of questions. Do you have any questions for me about
Why did you decide, why did you choose Madagascar for your business?
Oh, well, I went into the story in a different podcast, but I was I was originally going to go to Fiji, ended up coming to Madagascar, and I didn't like Madagascar for like the first 3 weeks. Which is weird because I came in May, which is the coldest time of the year.
Yeah.
And I was really hot. I don't know why I was so hot. I didn't like any of the food. I was a really picky eater. Pickier than Bryony, because I don't even think Bryony's a picky eater. But it was some of the people in the Hellville English class at youth club, and they were like, oh, you just go and then we wait for the next Vaza to come. And then COVID happened, and obviously all the volunteers left and English classes stopped and everything stopped, but it really affects Madagascar because there's no tourism. But it's the people. The people mean a lot. Whenever anybody says, why do you keep going to Madagascar? Why do you start a business in Madagascar? It's for the people. Because I believe everybody should have the ability to achieve their dreams. And there's not a lot of access to opportunity here. As you know, like education is expensive, like university is expensive, even English classes are expensive. There's no real business education in Madagascar unless you go to like the most expensive university in the country. And so I just want to give to people what I've been able to get for very little money. Or it's not little money, it wasn't free and it was expensive, but I had access to it. And I'm really grateful for that access, and I want to give that knowledge back to the Malagasy people. And I think it was, probably people like Stevio and Paul, and even yourself, like all Tamana. I think that's why I want to build another, a new and improved and different Tamana, because Tamana was originally run by Americans. But that vibe and that community I loved, and I think that we've got our own little community at the moment within TSAP Travel. And I want to expand that with like a hostel in the next couple of years. But it's always for the people. I said to you yesterday, if I could just take you to England, my life would be great, but because it's hard. I can't live in Madagascar because of visa requirements. You can't live in England because of visa requirements. Yeah. So we always live apart, but that's the dream, isn't it, to one day find somewhere that you and I can live together. And we don't know where that will be yet. But it'll be somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
And like from the first time that you made this app travel until now. So how do you see the how is it going now?
Like the progression.
The progression.
Yeah. I think it's a really interesting one. I never planned to teach English as a foreign language in Madagascar. We do that because of Jamal. And it's really successful. Like, it's the most successful project we run out here. I think this year's been a big year. Last year was good because we launched our Beach Clean project and we did some women in leadership events, which was really fun. I think this year with the Sunset Strays project and the Marine project, and we have a football club here now, I'm feeling really positive about the future, but I'm also, I think, only positive because the staff we have in place are so good, and that's mainly like you and Jamal. Like, I've never felt confident enough to leave Madagascar for longer than 6 months because we weren't sure how it would go, if things would still happen. But I think, you know, you've really proven that you can do my job. Like when you did all of the CNRO stuff with Bryony when I wasn't there, and you two just did that together, it gives me a lot of faith that we can welcome like volunteers here and you can look after them alongside some other team members, and that just makes me really happy. I think that's like a big success for the company because we've started all of the projects, but to have like a good staff team is really special. I really value and you know, I say good staff team, there's only 2 of you. There's you and Jamal. Like, that's who I'm talking about when I say that. Like, it means so much that I can trust you guys to run essentially my baby. And it's all and you know, it belongs to all of us. It's not just mine, it's not just yours or Jamal's. Like, it belongs to all of us, and I think we do such a good job, especially when we don't have that much money, and you know, we do a lot of stuff outside of our job descriptions and things like that. Like, we work really hard because we can see that in the future we'll have something amazing, and we can see the impact it has for the people as well. So I'm just really proud of all of us.
So what is your biggest dream about this app travel in the future?
I think it's the hostel. I think that's what made me start TSAP Travel, and that dream has never gone away. I think to be able to employ like all of the best people in Madagascar and to welcome people to like an English hostel, like a good vibe, and we said that within the hostel we want a teaching space because we find it really hard to get teaching space on the island. To have a dedicated teaching space as well, that will just mean that we can do even more projects because we can do more women in leadership events, like business workshops, we can do private English classes. So just being able to have that will mean so much. And just, you know, bringing back like slam poetry nights and things like that.
Oh,
yeah,
I love slam poetry.
But you know, just stuff like that. Like, I don't feel like there's a community really for us in Madagascar. There's not really like a community for the English speakers. There's not a place for Malagasy and white people who speak English to come together. And that's what Tamana was.
Yeah.
And I think if Tamana existed, we wouldn't need it. But Tamana is closed, so and we want to continue our Sunset Strays project with the dogs, and we are only going to be able to do that with a base, and it just makes sense to create a hostel.
I'm so excited for that one too.
Really
excited.
It's just going to be so much fun. Like, just
I can already imagine the vibe.
Just like 4 best friends running a hostel, like having the best time, like, and delivering impact at the same time. Like, 1 minute we're on reception doing our thing, next minute we're doing like a business workshop. You know, and being able to welcome more people from the west to Madagascar, and just seeing like people like Bryony and even Megan and Patrick and Yasmin and Freya, Giles have that experience in Madagascar. Being able to share Madagascar with them is really special. And, like, the locals love it. They love like the tourist culture, and they love that we give back as well. Like, I don't even think I get treated like a tourist much anymore.
No,
I do feel more like a local. It was
foreigner.
It was
Malagasy foreigner.
It was so funny. Do you remember in Kumba when we went? I think we went with the girls, and I didn't
yeah.
even speak to the lady as she said white Malagasy. I was like, I haven't even had a conversation with
she
you.
can recognize your face.
But it's nice that we get that I've had that impression, and because there's a lot of like negativity around like volunteering abroad, and you've even experienced that in Madagascar with Frontier. Not many people liked Frontier.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a good impression on the people. Do you have any more? Try and catch me out. Ask me a difficult question.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't want to give you ideas. Don't want to make my life difficult.
So after the students learning English with TSAP travel, what do you think? What's the impact that can it bring to their life? So what job can they have after like learning English with TSAP travel?
I think that's more of a
my
question. I think that's more of a
You
question for you. As the Malagasy English speaker of the group, what jobs have you been able to get? What opportunities do you have?
Lot of opportunities.
A lot of opportunities. Tell us more. Because I know, obviously, I speak English. I'm just like, you can have any job. But in Madagascar, it's not the same.
Yeah. You can work in a hotel. You can work as a tour guide. You can be a translator. Yeah.
I think.
And as Nosebe is a tourism island, so like someone who can speak English fluently will have like a job easily.
I think for what I always say as well, it allows you to get more education, because like on Google and on YouTube, a lot of the information is in English. So if you only speak French, or even if you only speak Malagasy, there's so little access to information. But when you speak English, you can access so much more of the world. You can talk to more people, to more tourists, different tourists. That would give you more access to other things. And that's why we call it access to education, because like learning English is a stepping stone. And some people work really hard and become really fluent. You're a good example of that. Flavio's English, Gladys's brother, is really good. And we've got some key students that are really good at English. Others of them are lazy, or it's a bit of a hobby. So it's really up to them, how far they want their English to go. I'm sure you put in a lot of effort to be as good at English as you are today. It didn't happen overnight. You couldn't just go to the classes twice a week and then you're fluent. I'm sure it was a lot harder, yeah? So it just depends on how seriously you want to take it.
Yeah.
Like even you think about your English 2 years ago to today. Very different.
It is.
That's probably, living with me for a month. Makes all the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, it's finding those people to practice with that can be hard. Because you didn't really have anybody to practice with before.
No. Just practices with Malagasy, who has like same bad accent as mine.
Whereas now you're forced to speak English all the time, and I think
and
just
I'm forced to use my mind to think in English.
That's what I always say. It really frustrates me
when I am sleepy. I feel so lazy to use my brain.
Oh no, but that's okay. I think when you're tired, that's fine. But it's like when people come to an English class and I say, "How are you?" and they look at me confused. I'm like, we all know you know the answer.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuses. So, yeah. But I think it's going to have a big impact, as we've seen already. Some of the people being tour guides and things like that. I think that's it. Pavita. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, usually, is it a TSAP travel thing where we say class is Vita?
Yeah.
Because Vita in Malagasy means finished, and when
I love it. I use it too at my classes.
Well,
the class is Vita.
I just feel like it's a TSAP travel thing now, because Vita means finished, but I don't know how to say classes, so I would always just say class is Vita, and they know what it means. But this podcast is Vita, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.